welcome to Createspace Online. Here we give you guys at home the opportunity to paint along with me to create some really exciting pieces of artwork. This week our theme is spring, so let's create this image of a meadow of flowers together. This week you will need a selection of different size paintbrushes, some pastel colours with a couple of different shades of green, a blue, orange, red, a purple and a yellow and some white, and some thick cardboard that you can use to make stamps onto the page with. We're going to start by just creating a base layer of the sky and the grass. So take your light blue, make sure you've got plenty of water on your brush, and just paint the top third of the page in the blue. Try to keep your brush strokes going across the page rather than up and down. Add more water to your brush rather than paint as you get to the bottom of that line, just to blend it out slightly. Now we go in with our mid-green colour. Again, lots of water on the brush and brush strokes going across the page rather than up and down. Rather than blend the green into the blue, you can make more of a straight line with it this time. Now let's use our cardboard to create some stencils. So take your lightest green colour and paint one side of the cardboard and then dot that onto the page to create stems of flowers. I've done this several times to create a full look on the grass. Your lines don't have to be straight, they can be slightly tilted to either side, but they all need to go vertical rather than horizontal. Now take a small paintbrush and we're going to go in with the orange and start creating some flowers. Just dab little dots up either side of some of the green stems. And hey presto, you have your first set of flowers. Now let's go in with some yellow. Stick with a small paintbrush and put some yellow dots on top of a couple of stems. I've done a few of these in one area together and then a few spread out. These are going to be our daisies. Now you can see I've gone in with the white and the same small paintbrush, and again that same dabbing motion with the paintbrush just to create some petals. The trick is to not go all the way around the circle. Just put the petals on the bottom side of it. Moving on to purple, we're going to repeat the same type of effect. But this time I'm only doing 3 little dots together as petals, and I'm keeping these flowers just to the lower part of the page. You can then add some little purple dots higher up the page to make the purple flowers seem further away. Moving back to our piece of cardboard, you can use a different piece or the other side now. We're now going to stencil with our darkest green colour. Don't worry if these go over the top of your flowers that you've already painted. We want to create the idea of depth. Now we're going to create some little leaves on these ones. So I've kind of done a repeating arch type style along either side of a couple of the green stems. Can you see it's like doing a continuous M? You don't need to fill in the middle of these either. Just keep them as the silhouette outline. Staying with the same dark green, you're now going to take your medium-sized paintbrush and you're going to paint on a couple of thicker and longer green stems. At the top of each, you're going to do an umbrella kind of fanning effect. Start from the middle of the stem and then spray the little stems out from it. Now using the middle green colour, you're going to just add some little grass stems to the bottom of the page. We want to try and fill up the bottom section so it's not too bare. Moving swiftly on, I've now gone in with some red and back to our petal method. Here we're creating some poppies and I've given these 4 little petals per flower. Back to our yellow now, and again let's repeat the same technique, dabbing on the paintbrush to create a couple of little yellow flowers. I've given mine 3 little petals on each one, but it's up to you how many you do. Now I've moved on to blue, and similar to the purple, I'm going to do some small little dots all over the page. Some are closer together, some are further apart. Keep it quite irregular, and that gives the idea that it's a full meadow of little flowers. Moving back to our big dandelions, at the end of each umbrella section, just do a green dot with the same dark green you used for the stems. Then take your small paintbrush and your white paint and do little dots around each of those green dots. You could use a cotton bud to do some of this as well if you preferred. I've also just put a white dot in the middle of each of the poppies. And the last few bits, I'm going to add a few little fly away daisies to the top of the page. And then if you feel that your bottom section of the page just needs a bit more volume to it, add a few more streaks of grass in the darkest green. And there you have your final piece, a spring meadow. Thanks for joining us. We hope you've had great fun today creating.